Greetings, I'm Dev the developer. Every variable you declare has a scope. That's the region of code where it exists and can be used. Step outside of that region and the variable is simply gone as far as the compiler is concerned. Understanding scope is what lets you write methods that work independently, reuse variable names safely, and avoid a category of compiler errors that can be genuinely confusing when you don't know what's causing them. Let me give you an analogy before we look at code. Think about a whiteboard in a conference room. During the meeting, those notes are visible to everyone in the room. The moment the meeting ends and people clear out, the whiteboard gets erased. Those notes don't exist anymore. They didn't transfer to the hallway, they didn't follow anyone home. A variable scope works pretty much the same way. It exists from the line where it is declared to the closing curly brace of the block it was declared in. Outside of that block, the variable is gone. The compiler treats it as if you never declared it. The important thing here is that this is a compile time error, not a runtime crash. The compiler catches it before your program ever runs. You find out immediately, not halfway through executing something. The most common scope you'll work with is method scope. Variables declared inside a method exist for the duration of that call. When the method returns, they're gone. This is a feature, not a limitation. It means that each method gets its own separate workspace. Variable names in one method do not interact with variable names in another. Both methods have a variable named count. They are not the same variable. They don't interact. Method A's count starts at 0, gets incremented to 1, and disappears when method A returns. Method B's count starts at 100 and disappears when method B returns. Same name, completely separate lives. This is one of the reasons methods are such a powerful organizational tool. You can have a loop counter called I in 10 different methods and they never interfere with each other. Scope doesn't just apply at the method level. Any pair of curly braces creates a new block, and variables declared inside that block only exist there. This includes the bodies of if statements, loops, and any standalone block you write. This catches people who are new to programming fairly often. You declare a variable inside of an if block and then try to use it after the block closes. Warning was declared inside the if block. When that block closes, warning is gone. The fix is to declare it before the if, then assign it inside. Declare it before the block, assign it inside, read it after. That's the pattern. Parameters follow the same rules. They're scoped to the method body. They exist for the entire method call and disappear when the method returns. You can think of them as variables that get declared and assigned automatically at the top of the method. When you hit a scope error in C#, the compiler message is usually something like, name X does not exist in the current context. Now you know what that means. Either you declared the variable too deep inside a block and need to move the declaration up, or you're trying to use it somewhere it was never supposed to reach. The fix is almost always one of those two things, and because it's a compile time error, you find out right away. Scope is one of those things that feels abstract right up until you get your first does not exist in the current context error, and then it makes immediate sense. I'd actually recommend going out and triggering one on purpose. Declare a variable inside an if, try to use it outside, and read the error. Breaking things intentionally is one of the fastest ways to understand them. Don't just watch it, do it.